Thank you, Raucus. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. I am Kimberly D'Souza in your company, and we have this spotlight now. Now I'll be talking to Ms. Christine John Guy, who is the Deputy Director of the Social Welfare Division at the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. And Mrs. John Guy is going to be talking to us about direct deposit. Why is it important for you to have direct deposit, especially to access your grant? So, Ms. John Guy, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, great. Well, let's jump right in. What is the direct deposit initiative?
Okay, the direct deposit is a safe, convenient, and reliable method of receiving your grants on a monthly basis. It's an alternative to check, receiving the grants by check. So the grants are deposited directly to your bank account.
All right. Now, is this available for all grants or just some grants?
No, it's available to all of our grants. So the grants are the Public Assistance Grant, Disability Assistance Grant, and the Senior Citizens Pension.
Nice.
Those are our major grants.
Now, how long has this been in effect?
The direct deposit has really been in effect since 2013, right, as a matter of fact. And, you know, the uptake has been slow at, you know, they start on and then they drop off, but we're trying to ramp it up again, right? And we are hoping that persons will really use this method of receiving their payments on a monthly basis.
Now, you said that it's been in effect since 2013, but of course there's been a slow kind of uptake for clients. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think people are kind of resistant to want to, you know, do the direct deposits?
Well, when it started, we had a bit of a hiccup. But we have sort of smoothened that out now. And some persons may have applied and their monies did not go into their bank account. They continue to receive checks and they just got discouraged, I guess. So we are hoping that, well, not hoping, it is going to be effective, right, because at this time we have approximately 48% of our clients, and that's over 180-something thousand persons. About 48% now receiving payments via direct deposit. So we're hoping that the other 52% will come on board now and receive their payments via the direct deposit, because it's much easier, right, both on the client and on the ministry side.
Now, you always hear the argument that, yes, you want to, you know, switch across to direct deposit, but some people who access the grants may not have that bank account. Will the ministry help them in getting a bank account? Okay,
so persons who have a bank account, it's much easier. Just download the form from the ministry, or you can collect the direct deposit form at any of the social welfare offices within the districts. Complete the forms, submit the form with a copy of your national ID, computerized birth certificate, and a utility bill. And you drop that off at any offices, any of our offices, or we have an arrangement with TT Connect. You can upload your form, email it via TT Connect to the ministry, and the ministry will receive your form. So you don't necessarily have to go into the office if you don't want to leave home, especially at during this COVID time. We know some persons are really finicky about leaving home. Persons without an account now, well, you're required to open an account. Yeah. And the bank standard is that you must have 2 forms of ID, a utility bill in your name. If the bill is not in your name, then you need to get an authorization from the person whose name the bill is in verifying that you are at that address. A copy of your your computerized birth certificate, and a letter from the ministry indicating that you're a recipient of the grant, and you open the account. If you don't have 2 forms of ID, the bank, we have an arrangement with the bank. They will accept the 1 form of ID and your computerized birth certificate together with a letter from the ministry indicating that you're a recipient of the grant. And it's as easy as that.
You keep mentioning, though, the computerized birth certificate. Now, there are some people who don't have the computerized birth certificate. So will you accept the old one, or do you suggest they go to get it and then come to open the account?
Right. So the one prior to the polymer, computerized, we will accept that one. Okay. That is the blue one. But
the blue one, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that one carries the PIN number, birth certificate PIN, which is required.
Right. Now, there are some people who they also say into, well, I prefer my credit union. I don't really want to go to the bank. Does the ministry have the same services for the credit unions as well?
At this time, we don't have that arrangement with the credit union. It's just the major commercial bank at this time. But we are hoping that sometime in the future we can have that arrangement with the credit unions.
Okay, good, nice. Now, so if it is, is it as easy as just, you signing up for the account and then you have your ATM card and you go and you withdraw it? I mean, there's also the kind of safety aspect, with that as well. Is there anything that the ministry has to, cover that or anything at all?
It's just, well, once your money is deposited into your account, it's just as managing your account as any normal account that you are managed. Right. It's just that the funds are deposited into your account, so you can have direct access to your funds at any time that you wish.
Right. Now, why do you think the ministry is making such a thrust to move away from the checks and kind of transition everybody to the direct deposits?
Okay. Well, the check has, payment by check has very many issues. And recently we had a major issues where some checks were stolen. And so besides being stolen, lost, or damaged, so receiving the money via the direct deposit is a much safer method. Right. All right, it avoids overpayment, and every time there's a lost or stolen check, remember the ministry will have to reprint these checks.
Yes.
And that is additional burden on the state in terms of monies going out, right? Well, the fraudulent encashment of the checks, most of the time, well, it's difficult sometimes to know who the perpetrators may be. Yeah.
Now, in terms of opening an account, do you need a certain, is there a fee to open an account with the bank?
No, I don't even know. Right. Opening an account at the bank is not, it's a free service.
Right.
So you visit your bank, whichever your bank of choice, and you make arrangement to open an account. If you have an account, well, it's much easier. Download. So the form, you complete the form. It's either the form is stamped by the bank to certify, or you attach a copy of your bank statement, no older than 3 months, to that form, and submit. You can submit it to the office.
Now, since being in effect in 2013, have there been any issues with direct deposits at all that, that maybe people may have thought about that they don't want to join?
No. The only issue is that the money is going into the bank, and bank charges may apply as any ordinary regular account.
Right. And when do persons have access to their money?
Monies are payable on the 1st of the month.
Right.
So this is the month of March. You would have had access to your monies on the 1st of March. So monies are paid upfront for our grant recipients.
Ruckus?
Hi, morning. I just wanted to jump in for a quick second. I know some people were telling me that they had some challenges when they tried to sign up for the direct deposit. Yeah. So can you walk us through the process again, just very clearly, because they're saying that they submitted 3 and 4 times and they still didn't get a response in some cases, and in some cases they got a response like a while later. Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, we had some issues, a bit challenges, and in the inception part, but we have since smoothed out those issues, and we are hoping that when you sign up, expect that within 2 to 3 months, your money should be going into your account. So you complete the form, you either download it from the ministry's website, because the forms are available there, or you can collect it from any of the social welfare offices, complete the form, have it stamped and signed by your bank, and return that form with a copy of your ID, birth certificate, and the utility bill. Just the reason for the utility bill is to verify the addresses. And you can drop that off at any of the social welfare offices, or you can email the copy of the form, well, scan and upload the form via TT Connect, and we will get that form.
But wouldn't the bank have already verified the address and all that stuff? So it's like we're doing it just as a secondary...
No, on the form, once you take the form to the bank, and you have it stamped, then you don't need to submit a copy of your
utility bill?
Of the statement.
Oh, a statement,
Yeah.
okay.
Right? Of the statement.
But you still need a utility bill. So what would be used if somebody doesn't have, like, let's say I'm not the owner of the house, so I don't have my name on the utility bill?
The utility bill, in this instance, will be for the persons who are opening an account with the bank. Right.
So that's what I'm asking. So if it is I don't have a utility bill on my name, is that still okay?
No, that is not a problem.
Okay.
You can still submit your form because remember the ministry will have the have your information already, so we can pull the information on the ministry side.
Now, if it is I want to switch banks, so I would have opened up at one bank and I want to switch my account to another bank, or I want the money to go to another bank, how does that work?
What you are required to do, you will be required to complete another direct deposit form.
Wow, okay.
Because remember, the direct deposit form is your authorization for us to put the money into account. So we can't just switch on your word and next thing someone might say, but I didn't ask for my funds to go into that bank account.
Yes.
So we are asking you to complete another form and submit.
But submit the same information or just the form? Like I wouldn't have to submit ID and all those things again, right?
Just the form with the bank, with the bank information, the
Right.
verified so it's either stamped by the bank or you attach a copy of the bank statement.
Okay, good.
And we will work with that.
And Ms. John, if anybody wants more information about this, where can they go to get more info?
They can call the ministry's number 623-2608-2608 and ask for any of the social welfare offices. They can go via the ministry's website. The information is also available there, and our 800 number. Right?
I guess you'll find it on the website.
1673.
Yes.
Yeah, we have an 800 number.
Right.
So you can get information there as well.
Good. And Mrs. Guy, anything else you want to add before we close?
We just want to encourage the persons. Right? I know some persons have some funny reasons. For example, they don't want to give the information because the government, see that, but we are not looking at your balance. Even if you submit your bank statement, you can just give us the top part of the statement with your address and your bank number.
Right.
Your balance is not important to us. Right? The ministry is not going to stop your grant because you have X amount of monies in the bank. Right? Some businesses think like that. So we're just encouraging persons to use the system. It's easy, reliable, and you are sure that at the beginning of the month, your funds will be deposited. You will have access to your funds.
All right. Well, Mrs. John Guy, thank you so much for joining us from the Ministry of Social Development. Of course, talking about, direct deposits and how they are safe, convenient, and confidential. Thank you so much for joining us.